What is up, YouTube? Jared Spalding here, and today I'll be giving the much overdue sequel to my original video, A Brief History of Washington State, with A Brief History of Idaho State, or just Idaho. You can call it whatever you want, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, so let's start with how long it's been inhabited. Before anyone came to America in the United States, Idaho was inhabited for up to 14,500 years by natives. European exploration did not occur until August 12, 1805 by the Lewis and Clark expedition. They didn't really completely explore Idaho. Wilson Price Hunt explored South Idaho in 1811 looking for a way to get to Oregon through the Snake River. A lot of Europeans were attracted to Idaho because of its fur trade, which brought great wealth to many people. Hudson's Bay Company owned the trade of fur in the Snake River, Idaho by the 1820s. This brought this company great wealth and inspired other companies to try to come over and control their own trade, as they saw how successful this company was becoming from it. First settlement did not appear until 1855 and was called Fort Lemay, but this did not last. The next settlement that was called Franklin was set up by this town was set up by Mormon pioneers in 1860, and they actually believe they were in Utah. The other settlement that appeared in 1855, Fort Lemay, was founded by Mormon missionaries. In fact, Mormon pioneers established nearly all of the now historic areas of Idaho, and English people, people of English descent came to in the late 1800s and early 1900s. They were actually considered highly desirable, and the English considered Idaho highly desirable because they had more property rights and less taxes than they did in England. Today, 20% of Idaho's residents are of English descent. Idaho became a territory on March 11th, 1863. I'm sorry, March 14th, 1863. It did not become a state until July 3rd, 1890. The state's first governor, George L. Shaw, resigned only after 2 weeks of being a elected governor. He was the first elected governor of Idaho, and this was because he wanted to become a member of Senate. Now, I think that's kind of an interesting fact, about it. The first governor only lasted a couple weeks. The town relied heavily on mining, but the economy crashed in the 1980s after the closing of the Bunker Hill mine. Today, Idaho has managed to make up for this lost revenue via tourism. Another problem in the 80s for Idaho was several right-wing extremist groups that rose during the 80s. One such group, the Aryan Nations, held Nazi, or should I say neo-Nazi views. And even though Idaho is a conservative state, most reject these ideas. The Aryan Nations did not leave Idaho until 2001 after a court case got them kicked out of their building. And one more interesting fact about Idaho is that even after the Nevada nuclear tests being back in the 1950s and 60s, people still received compensation as late as September 2007 for the incident. Idaho's had a very interesting history, and I try to keep it very brief in this video. If you want a more extensive history, then you can always check out the website that I've linked in the description below. It has a much more extensive history, like I said, talking about many more immigrants who came and all sorts of stuff like that. I'm just trying to keep it brief to fit the video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please leave a comment telling me you want me to do more, or at least leave a like so I know that people are enjoying this, so I can know whether to make more or not. Alright, that's it for now. Peace, love, and much respect.